unit of Lincoln 300. Today we're going to be talking about the Declaration of Independence. Now, you've probably encountered the Declaration at some point while you were in school, maybe elementary, probably middle and high school at least, and you've probably heard about the self-evident truth that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. You probably associate those words too with Thomas Jefferson, who was the primary author of the Declaration of Independence. However, he was one of a committee of 5 men, very cleverly called the Committee of Five, who, as a part of the Second Continental Congress, was charged with drafting the Declaration. Now, those 5 men, with Thomas Jefferson included, of Virginia, you also had John Adams of Massachusetts and Roger Sherman of Connecticut, and you had Robert Livingston of New York, Benjamin Franklin of Pennsylvania, and those 5 men made up that Committee of Five. But as you likely know, Thomas Jefferson was its primary author. Now, the words that are said within the Declaration of Independence were written in a particular time, in a particular place, and they weren't necessarily written for someone who lived in, say, 2014. They were written for a specific moment. However, Thomas Jefferson did hope that these words would echo down through the ages, and in fact, they have over the years. The Declaration of Independence has come to contribute to ideas of American identity. We identify with the Declaration, we tie its words to what it means to be an American, what we stand for. Now, interestingly enough, over the generations, people have not always viewed the document in the exact same way. Today, when we say that all men are created equal, we're thinking of men of all races, creeds, religious affiliations. We're probably thinking about women too. But in Jefferson's day, when people read all men, they weren't particularly thinking about everyone. That idea changed over time. And so today, as a part of our exercise about learning about the Declaration of Independence, we're going to see and read about the ways that the Declaration of Independence, how the interpretation of its words changed over time. And in doing that, we're going to look to Abraham Lincoln, who saw the idea of all men, including both white men and African American men, within its words as well. So, as a part of this unit, after you complete it, you're going to be able to describe the contents of the Declaration of Independence. You're going to understand and be able to explain why it was the foundation of Abraham Lincoln's political philosophy. And you're also going to understand how it became and why it became a centerpiece of his rhetoric, and how this in turn changed the way that we view the Declaration of Independence. You're also going to understand the Declaration of Independence's global impact. Its impact was just not contained within the United States as a nation. It has impacted other nations, such as France and nations in South America, and it's had a long reaching impact. And it's also influenced the way that the United States is viewed globally as well. And finally, you're really going to be thinking about the ways in which the Declaration of Independence contributes to modern ideas of American identity. Now, for your reading assignment, if you'll click on the reading assignment folder, you'll see that you have 3 pieces to read. The first and the most important, read the contents of the Declaration of Independence. Think about the words that are being said, and as you read them, think about them in 2 different ways. First, think historically about the document. The men who drafted it and the men who signed their names to it were taking a tremendous risk in doing so. By signing their names, they became leaders in a rebellion against the King of England. and as such, there was a monetary reward for their capture. So they were risking their lives, their livelihoods, their fortunes in signing their names to this document. Think about that. Think too about the document today. What does the Declaration of Independence mean to us today? It was a document that was signed in 1776 to sever our ties from Great Britain. But what does it mean in context today? Does it still hold meaning for us today? Next in your readings, you're going to read a piece about Abraham Lincoln and the Declaration of Independence. You're going to see how the document played into his rhetoric, how it formed his political ideas. And then you're also going to learn how, in turn, his words shaped the way that we view the Declaration today. And finally, you're going to read a piece about the Declaration of Independence in a global perspective. In it, you're going to hear Harvard professor David Armitage's words on why no other American document has had as much of a global impact as the Declaration of Independence. So, after you complete those readings, what you are then going to do is take part in the Unit 1 discussion. You'll see that there are 3 questions for you to answer. Now, of those 3 questions, you only have to answer 1. You're welcome to consider all 3, however. Your first post that you will make on your board is your original post, and that needs to be finished by Thursday at 11:59 p.m. Now, you also must make 2 other responses to other classmates. Those should be made by Sunday at 11:59 p.m. And I have a number of things I want you to consider. First, why was the Declaration of Independence the foundation of Abraham Lincoln's political philosophy? And how did this eventually alter how we view the document? The second question you're going to think about and explain: what was the global impact of the Declaration of Independence? What nations has that document touched? Has it only affected those who lived the 1700s in the 1800s? Does it still carry global meaning today? And finally, think about the ways that the Declaration of Independence contributes to modern ideas of American identity. Once you've completed your readings and the discussions, you've finished the unit for the week. If you have any questions, please let me know. Send me an email. I am happy to talk to you.